One of the biggest problems that so many self-published authors have is you get your book onto the market, but then nobody is purchasing the book. Well, there are only two ways of solving this particular issue. One of them is the paid strategy where you are paying for ads in order on Amazon, Facebook, YouTube, Google, in order to drive traffic to your sales page for your book. We try to find people who are similar audiences, and then the algorithms are able to send traffic at a cost. The downside of using this exact strategy is that, one, it costs a lot of money. Two, they can change the price that you're paying for the ads to reach that audience. And the third reason this can be a terrible strategy is exactly because other competitors in your market, they may be able to outspend you on ad spend in order to reach that audience to get them to buy their books instead. So, what is a more long-term, much better use of money, at least in the long term? You should be doing both, actually, but in this direction, which is getting free traffic, people coming and eager to hear and learn more about your book. And that is using content marketing. Content marketing is putting out content on the internet absolutely free where people can consume it and learn about your book, about you as an author, about the universe of your book, or maybe in a nonfiction genre, you're able to show them the skills to establish your authority and connect with them at the same time in a way that will make them more likely to purchase from you. And I'm doing that right at this very moment. Content marketing. It's any content we're putting out for free. I like to use YouTube and then take the audio out as a podcast and then use that podcast, turning this into a blog and then also into emails so that we can turn this around and we're able to take a single piece. This is 4-pillar strategy, content marketing. Now, I'm not going into the details of email marketing, but at least the 3 main pillars of content. Free content that's being given out where you're talking about what exactly the top strategies are, or for at least in nonfiction, but in fiction, you would be talking about the universe of your characters and building a connection with your ideal readers so that by them coming to know you, it becomes much more likely that they're going to purchase your books. So this is a strategy that way too few authors use, but it makes a huge difference in terms of moving the needle, not overnight, but give it some time as you're putting content out there and specifically trying to get people onto your email list, which is one of the reasons why, as you see in the comments, I always give away my absolutely free checklist where I show you exactly the strategies that I use in order to get my book self-published and selling. So, but back to content marketing. What did I do? I realized there were so many parts and dynamics of this whole content marketing thing, and not all of them are right for every single person. And that's one of the reasons I created a course, a reasonably priced course called Content Marketing Made Easy. And this is specifically for authors who are trying to get their books selling. Are you an author and you're trying to get your book to sell, but it's just not selling at all? Content marketing may be the secret sauce that you're missing at doing this. In the course that I offer, you'll find a couple of things. It's broken into several modules, welcome module, of course, and then we have, if you're looking at the content creation from Quora questions. This is one way of figuring out a great way to do content, as well as looking at your competitors. We have issues like, how do I build my thumbnails that I'm going to be doing for this content? What's the best way to do that? The other is in terms of how to use Canva to leverage, or Fiverr as a means of finding that audience. Then we go into video creation. Video is by far the most effective at the moment, whether it's YouTube long form or the short form content, or better yet, what I like best, using both. So using videos that are only 60 seconds or less and going that particular strategy. Very, very powerful. But some of you don't want to get in front of a video. You don't have to do it. You can do slides, for example. So you can have your voice only, and then that can also be used for your podcast. But if you don't want to do video, which I show you exactly how to leverage thumbnails and getting your YouTube videos going, then we move to the podcast where you're doing just your audio. You can extract it from the video if you'd like, or you can take the podcast and have slides on top of it in order to create a video. You see, it can go either direction. Then we show you exactly how to create your thumbnail, your podcast thumbnail, to make sure that it's going to pop and bring in that audience that you want, and where to upload your podcast as you go. Then it brings us into blog creation. How do you create the blog thumbnail? And then how do you use these external transcripts from YouTube or your podcast? How exactly do you get these transcripts out without having to pay additional money in order to do that process? And then putting together the blog in a format that's going to make it tempting for people to click on it, to subscribe to your blog, to follow what you're doing, and to move from there. And finally, we have a couple last ones, which is creating an email list, which is the most important aspect as an author, is building out that email list that you have so you're able to get in touch with people. But how exactly do we do that? Well, I cover that in the email creation module. And then we show you how to share your content effectively across social media. We don't just create the content and hope the best. Now we also will share it across social media to ensure that you're able to reach as large of an audience as possible. And so by pulling all of these different steps and phases together, you're going to learn all of the key things necessary, and it's a self-paced course for which you can go through the videos when it works for you best, and you have lifetime access as long as the course is available to go through these particular courses, moving straight through the entire list of the different things. And I'm always there to answer questions as they show up with regards to the course, and it'll make it very easy for you to move through at your own pace and ask questions if there's any questions upon how best to implement it. As we're trying to build an audience, I'm telling you, you should be doing this anyways, regardless, but we're trying to build this audience for our books so that these people will get on our email list, and we're going to be able to give them free copies of our book in exchange for honest reviews for our books as we're moving forward with our self-publishing business. If you have not started content marketing, you should start it immediately. It's something, once that very first book is on the market, paid ads and content marketing are something that should be part of your main strategy. We need to build the audience as quickly as possible. If you don't have an audience, once you have this audience, this is permission-based marketing, because what's happening is they're giving you permission to contact them. They're coming to you. This is inbound marketing. They're coming into your website, into your YouTube video, into your podcast, interacting and jumping on your email list. And this is one of the most powerful things. I can tell you, I am always eager to get in close contact as possible with people who I really know, like, and trust, especially when they have skills that have proven themselves. And that's one of the things. I'm giving you the skills that have been used in order for me to publish over 200 books on Amazon, becoming a best-selling Amazon author, putting out, now we're getting closer to 150 million ads that I've tested out, and then also using exactly every day of the week the exact strategies I teach in this content marketing. I personally use them, I stand behind them, and you will find them to be effective if you wish to really leverage sales for your books. So this is something you're definitely going to want to consider. You will see my link right at the top in the description, and you're going to want to check that out. Okay, thanks.